Welcome into the High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium in Gering, Nebraska, home of your Western Nebraska Pioneers. I'm your voice of the Pioneers, Jeffrey Nelson, and we are just 15 minutes away from Game 8 of the Rocky Mountain Baseball League season. And the Pioneers, they started the season at home very, very well, but past 2 days before the off day yesterday, so Tuesday and Wednesday that is, they went up to Fort Collins and they struggled, to say the least. In total, they were outscored 25-3 in the 2 games against the Fort Collins Foxes, and a team that they beat twice here at home before their first 2 road games of the season. And so it was quite a surprise for both Coach Shane Sharkey, Coach Jay O'Connor, and honestly the rest of the Pioneers. So 2 days ago on Wednesday, they got beat 17-1, and it was a game in which every single inning, except for the last inning, the Foxes scored a run. Up in the bottom of the first, they scored 5. They got 2 in the bottom of the second, 3 in the bottom of the third in response to the lone run of the game for the Pioneers. 2 in the bottom of the fourth, and 5 in the bottom of the fifth. So the pitching really did struggle for the Pioneers, and they'll turn today to Ronan Hella, who has been spot on the mound. We'll talk more about what's in the future as they get set to take on the Gameday Angels in a 3-game weekend series. You're listening to the High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show on KNEB Radio and the Western Nebraska Pioneers YouTube page. Back here on the High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show as we get set for a 3-game set between your Western Nebraska Pioneers and a new team for them now in the Gameday Angels. The Angels are just 1-2 on the season in the league, with the Pioneers sitting at 1-1. And overall, the Angels have been a team that have given up some runs, but they've been capable of scoring runs as well. Overall, in the past couple days or so, they've played the likes of Colorado as well, and the Liberal BJs, who the Pioneers will play next week. So we'll get set for first pitch soon enough. And talking about the Liberal BJs, they beat them 8-2 on Saturday, June 1st, and they lost on the 2nd and the third, 9-7 and 8-3. So they're capable of putting up more than 8 runs in a ball game, but they're certainly capable of giving up 8 runs in a ball game as well. And the Pioneers will definitely be looking to face a team like that, only scoring 3 runs in what was 16 innings of baseball for them over in Fort Collins, Colorado. The Angels coming into town. They'll play them for 3 games, and then the Angels will go and play the Cougars, as well as the Foxes, who have been ripping the baseball, and it doesn't help that they got more pitching as well. As you know, the Pioneers have struggled with pitching, so today Ronan Hella will get the start. Ronan Hella, as I mentioned before we went to break, has been spot on the mound so far this year. Came in relief in his first appearance of the year. He went 3 1/3 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. But that was just the start for the 6'4" freshman. His next time out on the mound, excuse me, that was his second time out there on the mound. His first time out on the mound was 2 innings, 1 hit, and 2 strikeouts. And that was what gave Coach Jay O'Connor and Coach Shane Sharkey the opportunity to put him out there and go those 3 innings that he did and closed out the other ball game back on the first day of June. Take another break and we'll get set for lineups and first pitch. Soon enough, lineups will be announced here by our PA address announcer, Bill Sheffield. And we'll let you listen into the national anthem. You're listening to the High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show on KNEB Radio on the Western Nebraska Pioneers YouTube page. Back here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium as the Pioneers lineup is being announced by our PA address announcer, Bill Sheffield. So we'll run through the lineup as well. It's Coy Carpenter in center, Francisco Laya in right. Jackson Yeager gets the start at first base and bats third in the order. Luke Nowak will play left field. Ethan Mooser will bat fifth and is the designated hitter. Jake Maroney and Cooper Burgess are 6 and 7 in the order at catcher and second base today for Cooper Burgess. As Bryce Peterson gets the start at third, and E.J. Barnes bats ninth in the order, and he is playing short. On the flip side, for the Gameday Angels, Colton Miller plays second base, and he bats leadoff for the Angels. Van Hodges is at short, Peter Goldie is at third, and Brady Ingalls is the cleanup hitter and catching for the Angels. James Harbison is in center, Grant Biggins is in left. Owen Best is at first base, Crew Walker is the designated hitter, and Cliff Goldie is in right field. And now we get set for the national anthem, so I'll let you listen in to Tim Herbert, who will sing the national anthem for us tonight. First pitch is next as we thank Tim Herbert, as always, for singing the national anthem. You're listening to High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show on Candy Bee Radio and the Western Nebraska Pioneers YouTube page. Ronan Hella on the mound as we get set for first pitch here in Gary, Nebraska. Just about set for first pitch here as Ronan Hella throws the last of his warm-up pitches, and Jake Maroney will throw it down to E.J. Barnes at second base. Colton Miller will lead it off for the Gameday Angels as we get set for first pitch. Decently sized crowd for a Friday night ball game. A little bit early here as it's 6:33. Just turned 6:34. 86 degrees here in Gary, Nebraska. It was a hot one earlier today, but it's cooled down a little bit. And Ronan Hella deals his first pitch of the ball game to Colton Miller. It is strike one down the middle, and we here are underway. Pitch number 2 from Hella's cut on and missed by Miller. 0-2 now. The 0-2 is up high, 1-2. Hella getting his first start of the season. He came out of the bullpen in his 2 other appearances as he gets set to deal the 1-2 to the left-handed swinging Miller. Change-up caught on and missed, and down on strikes is Colton Miller to start the ball game, and just what you want from Ronan Hella on the mound, who said he was pumped to get the chance to start. It will be just a spot start for Ronan Hella as Paul Panduro is away with family currently. This would be his spot in the rotation. With the lack of arms, Caden Riley, Eric Elliott, guys that we should be seeing in a couple days. Brody Fanistock just got here yesterday. All 3 of those guys threw in the practice that the Pios had last night. Second batter, Van Hodges, takes breaking ball, strike 1 from Hella on the mound. So you can expect to see all 3 of those guys, Eric Elliott, Caden Riley, and Brody Fanistock, sometime soon here in the near future. But for now, Hella gets the start. And he deals an 0-1 to Van Hodges. Fastball clips the corner. 0-2 now. So getting ahead on the first 2 batters. Something so key that Coach Jay O'Connor loves to see out of his pitchers on the mound, whether you're a starter or out of the bullpen. 0-2 goes a little bit sidearm there to Hella as he drops down. Curveball is in the dirt. We've seen him do that a couple times so far this year. Not as typical. He throws about 3/4 angle slot. So it's 1-2 now. And he deals the 1-2 to Hodges. Fastball, he yanked it outside to the right-handed swinging Hodges. Angels wear navy blue with navy blue lettering outlined by white. Gray pants. While the Pioneers are in their all-white jerseys. In the first game of their 5-game homestand with an off day on Monday. 2-2 from Hella is outside, 3-2. Breaking ball, looped in the air towards the left. Nowak started in, he stops and makes the play for out number 2. And first 2 batters are retired for Ronan Hella to start the ball game. And now he'll deal to the 3-hitter, Peter Goldie, whose brother Cliff Goldie bats 9th in the order. Both the Goldie brothers are listed as utility guys. Peter Goldie, wearing number 12, is playing third base today, while his brother Cliff is in right. He dons the number 17. Swinging it from the right side is Peter Goldie, and the first pitch from Ronan Hella is a bit high on a fastball, maybe a bit in as well. So he falls behind for the first time today, 1-0. Hella deals his 1-0 in there for strike 1. Again, Peterson at third, Barnes at short, Burgess at second for the first time this year. Yeager's at first base. We'll go right to left in the outfield. It's Laya, Carpenter, and Nowak. As Coy Carpenter returns to the Pioneers after being away for a couple days due to personal reasons. Change-ups in the dirt from Hella. 2-1 now. Peering in at Maroney from behind his glove is Hella. He gets his sign, deals, and it's fouled off by Goldie to the right side. A lot of kids at the ballpark. We did have a little league group here. So they took the field with some of the Pioneers, with all the Pioneers before the game when the lineups were announced. 2-2 pitch from Hella is a breaking ball. He tried to front door Goldie. Means getting it in on him, and was not able to get the call there as it was just a bit too far in. So the count will go to 3-2 for the second straight batter. And Hella kicks and deals his payoff pitch. Chopped on 3 hops to Peterson, who charges it. Throws on the run in time, and Ronan Hella has a 1-2-3 inning here to start the ball game. Pioneers coming to bat in the bottom half of the inning, no score. Back here as we get set for the bottom of the first. A 1-2-3 inning for Ronan Hella on the mound in the top half. And now Chance Carruthers will have to deal with the lineup of the Pioneers. Coy Carpenter, Francisco Laya, Jackson Yeager are the first 3 in the order, followed by Luke Nowak, Ethan Mooser, Jake Maroney. And the last 3 in the order That rounds out the Friday night lineup for the Pioneers is Cooper Burgess, Bryce Peterson, and E.J. Barnes. Wish I could give you more on Carruthers on the mound, but there are no listed height and weight or colleges or class or hometown on the lineup for the game on the roster for the Gameday Angels. As I mentioned, Coy Carpenter returns to the Pios after being away for personal reasons. I can tell you about Carpenter though. 5'6", 165-pound sophomore from Sagan, Texas. Close to San Antonio and not too far away from Austin as well, as he goes to McMurray University in Abilene, Texas. First pitch from Carruthers is showing bunt is Carpenter, seeing his first live action in about 6 days. He takes strike one from Carruthers on the mound. Left-handed swinging Carpenter takes an 0-1 pitch inside as he backs away. 1-1. Showing bunt again is Carpenter. He does bunt this time. It's a good bunt to the left side of the mound. Not able to field it behind the plate is Ingalls, and on at first with a bunt single. Leading off the bottom of the first for the Pioneers is Coy Carpenter. He's up there in on-base percentage. He's up there in hits as well. He gets on in front of Francisco Olaya here to start the bottom of the first, and that's just what you need for the Pioneers, who stranded a ton of runners in Fort Collins. And they'll look to change that here as they return home for the next 5 days before they get set for about a week trip to Kansas. Pitch to Olaya from La Guaira, Venezuela. It's a strike on the outside corner. Cochise Community College, teammates with Kieran Gaffney, is Francisco Olaya. Carpenter with his leadoff first. Stepping off the mound is Carruthers. Again with his lead is Carpenter as Olaya fouls this one off first base side behind the plate. So behind in the count is Olaya at 0-2. He did pitch the other day for the first time. He went an inning and was the only pitcher on the mound that didn't give up a run in the 17-1 loss to the Foxes. Not something to expect all the time out of Olaya to be on the mound as he takes outside 1-2 now. Carpenter with his lead on 1-2 is up high, 2-2. Olaya swings it from the right side. He has a 2-2 count. Carpenter goes. Breaking ball is blooped in the air to left. This ball will fall in front of the left fielder, Biggins. Carpenter had to stop at second. Now he'll go for third. The throw into third by Biggins is in time. Olaya follows up and moves on into second. Out at third is Carpenter as he had to hesitate, make sure that ball was not going to be caught by the left fielder, Grant Biggins, who made a good throw over there to third and was able to get Coy Carpenter trying to take the extra base here. Olaya does move into second, however. He's there with one out for Jackson Yeager. Yeager swings it from the right side. He has one. Olaya goes for third. Yeager taps this one foul, and Olaya had the base stolen. Not sure whether it was a hit and run, but Francisco Olaya was about 10, 15 feet from third base by the time the ball crossed the plate, and there was no chance he was getting caught at third. Yeager, however, fouled it off behind the plate. Sophomore from Omaha, Nebraska, and a McCook Community College Indian, although there might be a change to that name. Fouls this one off, first base side out of play. It's an 0-2 count now. Laya with his leadoff is second. He goes again on an 0-2 count. This one's in the dirt. He's in there with a head first slide. So he does indeed steal the base a couple pitches later in front of Yeager, who took a ball in the dirt. So on at third now with one out is Francisco Laya. The 1-2 in the dirt again, 2-2. To count on Yeager. Laya with his leadoff at third after he swiped third. And the pitch from Carruthers is tapped foul right towards Nowak, who stands on deck, and the count will remain at 2-2. Two pitch fouled back into the screen, first base side. So we'll do it again at 2-2. Yeager having a good at bat at the plate. Yeager has been swapping time with Aiden Young at first base as he cuts through a pitch in the dirt. And he is out number 2 as Ingles applies the tag. And that will leave it up to Luke Nowak now, who will bat in the 4 spot where he's been a couple times so far this year. Not a bad spot for a guy who's been getting on a lot, along with Ethan Mooser, who stands on deck. Carruthers' first pitch to Nowak is inside, ball 1. The 1-0. Tapped on the ground to second base. A high hop for the second baseman, Colton Miller. Throws to first in time, and out at first is Nowak. And the Piles leave another runner on base, which seems to be the theme as of late. And at the end of 1, there's no score. We get set here for the top of the second inning. Ronan Hella back out on the mound for a second inning of work, and he'll deal with 4, 5, and 6 in the order after a 1-2-3 top of the first. Means Brady Ingles, the catcher, James Harbison, the center fielder, and Grant Biggins, who made a good throw last inning, catching Coy Carpenter at third. Hella on the mound now, and he's set for his first pitch to the catcher for the Angels. And that first pitch is a strike. He finds the zone on the outside part of the plate to Brady Ingles. Wearing the number 5 is Ingles. The red elbow guard. on his left arm as he swings it from the right side. As that pitch is outside from Hella, 1-1 now. One from Hella is hitting the air to center and deep. Going back is Carpenter. He has room and just shy of the track. He makes out number 1. Brady Ingles gave it a good ride, but he is out number 1 here to start the top of the second. So that will bring up James Harbison, the center fielder. There's number 25. Swings it from the right side as well. Breaking ball does not find the inside corner on Harbison. It's ball 1 from Hella. That breaking ball finds the zone as Harbison checked his swing. Didn't necessarily go around, but it was a called strike either way. Hella finds himself even in the count now at 1-1. 1-1, cut on and missed. 1-2 now. The 1-2 from Hella is a great breaking ball. Almost an eephus of a breaking ball there. He didn't get the call, although it looked like it dropped in the zone. Wonder where that one was. So the count goes to 2-2 now on on Harbison from Ronan Hella, who drops down and throws one inside on Harbison, who backs away from the plate. That pitch just missed up and away, and it's a full count walk for Harbison, and the first batter of the ball game for the Angels. So Ronan Hella will go into the stretch for the first time. Deal to a left-handed swinging Grant Biggins. Made a good solid throw to third base, catching Carpenter, as I mentioned, in the bottom half of the first. See if he can do anything at the plate here. Of course, Hella will try to stop that from happening as he deals inside 1-0 on Biggins. First run of the ball game for the Angels is on first base as Hella checks on that runner, James Harbison. We have no score here as we play in the top of the second inning. First game of a 3-game set between the Western Nebraska Pioneers and the Gameday Angels here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium. Piles will be home until after the game on Wednesday, where they go on a week road trip to Kansas. Pitches outside. Just missed the outside corner. Jake Maroney asking home plate umpire today, the new home plate umpire and umpire overall, Kurt Schmidt. First time we've seen him this year, and Cody Hoffrock is the base umpire. So 2 new umpires completely for the Pioneers. This Ronan Hella gets set to deal at 2-0. He checks on the runner. He's got him picked off. Harbison goes straight for second. The throw down from Yeager is in time as E.J. Barnes applies the tag. So a walk, no problem for Ronan Hella. So he picks off the runner. 1-3-6. And that is out number 2. Still has a 2-0 count, though, on Biggins. So he deals inside. 3-0 now. Finding the zone there is Hella as he gets back into the count at 3-1 now. His 3-1 pitch to the left-handed swinging Biggins is tapped over towards Yeager as it hits the lip of the grass and gets past Jackson Yeager into right field. We'll see what they call that. Yeager was set up to make the play, and just before the ball arrived to his glove, it hit the lip of the grass, and they do give Biggins a hit, rightfully so. There's not much Jackson Yeager could do about that. And that will bring in Owen Best. That's the first hit of the ball game for the Angels. Playing in the top of the second here, no score. First pitch is fouled off of Best at the box. In the box, excuse me. So no one count on Best. Ronan Hella working in his second inning of work. Goes sidearm again. Deals the pitch just above the belt to left-handed swinging Best for strike 2. He's heading to count 0-2 now. On the first baseman for the Angels. Hella deals a changeup outside. Just missed. The outside corner is 1-2 now. One, two, fouled off third base side out of play towards the street. Count will remain at 1-2. One, two, the runner goes. This pitch is hooked down the right field line. It's going to go foul. It lands just shy of the warning track, and should it have been a fair ball, easily scoring would have been Biggins over at first base as he was off with the pitch. But he'll return to first base, and we'll do a 1-2 count again between Hella and Best on the mound and at the plate. Biggins returns to first. Hella ready now with the 1-2. Holding it a little bit longer. Biggins stays at first. The 1-2 is inside. Count goes now to 2-2. Looking to finish the top half of the second inning is Ronan Hella here. Runner on first, no score between the Pioneers and the Angels. Checks on the runner at first, nothing doing as Biggins is back. Feet first, standing up. Two. Got him looking. Delayed call from Schmidt behind the plate. But down on strikes is Owen Best, and Ronan Hella gets through his second inning of work. Pioneers looking to get a run. At the end of 1.5, we have no score. We head to the bottom of the second, and it's Mount Elgin, Ontario's Ethan Mooser leads off the bottom half of the second. First pitch inside from Carruthers, and following Mooser will be Maroney and Cooper Burgess. Heading the count is Ethan Mooser, who struggled in the first game against the Foxes. Felt like everybody on the Pioneers struggled, but if one guy hasn't struggled this year, it's definitely been Ethan Mooser. He had a couple of strikeouts in that first game, but he found his way in the second game. Although the Pioneers ended up losing 17-1, Mooser had a single and 2 walks. Takes inside after fouling a pitch off third base side, so it's 2-1 now on the designated hitter for the Pioneers. One cut on and missed on a pitch down and away. 2-2 now. Time called as a left fielder and to go retrieve a ball down the left field line. He's back in his position now as Biggins. And we're ready for a 2-2 pitch. Mooser lines this one foul. First base side. Two now. Carruthers kicks and deals. Mooser lines this one down the right field line again. This one hooks foul. So we'll do it again at 2-2. To Mooser. Cut on and missed, and down on strikes is Ethan Mooser. The first out here in the bottom of the second. Not like Ethan Mooser to strike out at the plate. Only his third strikeout of the season, as he's played in just about every game. 8th game of the season for the Pioneers. They stand at 5-2 and just 1-1 in the league. The last 2 games of both 2-game sets against the Foxes were the league games. None of the 3 games against the Cougars were league games. Jake Maroney swings through a first pitch from Carruthers. And the 0-1 from Carruthers is a breaking ball that finds the outside corner. 0-2 now quickly on Jake Maroney. Good friends with Luke Noack. They've known each other since middle school. Although Maroney goes to San Jose State with E.J. Barnes and Jaden Onaka. And Luke Noack goes to Paris JUCO in Paris, Texas with Cooper Burgess. That pitch is down and away. 1-2 now is the count on Maroney. And just about the everyday starter. So right now the Pioneers do have three catchers on the roster, but Maroney's been catching just about every game. So he fouls one off. First base side out of the play. One, two. Tapped over towards short on a couple of hops. Van Hodges fields and throws to first in time. And Maroney is out number 2 here in the bottom of the second. Then we'll bring in Cooper Burgess. Swings it from the left side. Looking for a new school is Burgess, as he used to go to Paris JUCO. Showing a little bit of versatility, being able to play second base today, typically at third. The 0-1 on Burgess. He's on the outside corner, not to the liking of Cooper Burgess, as it's 0-2 now. Pitches inside after setting up outside was Ingles. The count goes to 1-2 now on Burgess. So it's a 1-2 count on Cooper Burgess now. Carruthers, who starts in the set, deals his 1-2 on the outside corner. Got Burgess looking. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Carruthers and a 1-2-3 inning. At the end of 2, we have no score. Back here as we start the top of the 3rd inning. Ronan Hella sitting at 37 pitches so far. Deal to 8, 9, and 1 in the order for the Gameday Angels. That means Crew Walker, Cliff Goldie, and Colton Miller. First pitch of the inning from Hella is a changeup caught on and missed by an aggressive Crew Walker. The 0-1 fouled back over the press box and out of play, so it's 0-2 now. Ronan Hella. So next pitch will be 40 pitches. He deals an 0-2 in the dirt to Crew Walker, who spells his name C-R-U. We'll do it at 1-2 to Walker. And going sidearm, throwing a changeup, and cut on and foul tipped and caught by Maroney behind the plate. So another strikeout for Ronan Hella, his 3rd of the ball game, and down on strikes is Walker, leading off the top of the 3rd. Nine-hole hitter is Cliff Goldie. Again going sidearm and swinging through the first pitch is Goldie. Is getting ahead again is Ronan Hella on the mound. Dealing an 0-1. Just missed. A bit up for Hella. And to the liking of Schmidt behind the plate. So the 1-1 pitch is cut on and missed by Goldie. And strike 2 for Ronan Hella. The 1-2 is hit in the air towards center and shallow. Coming on as Carpenter. Nowak crosses in front of Carpenter. He makes the play. And out number 2 is recorded by the left fielder for the Pioneers. Bit of a Bermuda Triangle play, but good communication by Barnes, who went out from his position at short, and Carpenter was coming into his right, and Nowak was going in into his left. As Nowak made the play for out number 2. Flip the lineup over. Colton Miller swings it from the left side just like Goldie did. That for the second time now. He struck out leading off the ball game as he bunts one foul behind the plate. Ronan Hella gets in front of another batter now, 0-1. Hella steps off behind the mound now. Gives himself a little bit longer of a second. So get ready to deal his 0-1 to Colton Miller. He deals a breaking ball in there for strike 2. Ella quickly gets a sign from Maroney, deals an 0-2, another side winding pitch. Just missed the outside corner, 1-2 now. One, two. Cut on a miss. Down on strikes for the second time today is Colton Miller. And another 1-2-3 inning for Ronan Hella. Played 2.5. We have no score between the Pioneers and the Angels.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs.
9 pitches through the first 3 innings, so averaging about 16 pitches an inning, which is exactly what he had in the first inning. Peterson swings at the first pitch and bloops it behind second. Going out is the second baseman, Miller. Coming in is the right fielder, Cliff Goldie, who makes the play. And out number 1 is Bryce Peterson. We'll bring up 9-hole hitter E.J. Barnes, who struggled a little bit with his timing as of late. He's looking to find that here. He steps in for his first at-bat of the day and takes strike 1 from Carruthers. Which is on the outside corner to Barnes, 0-2 now. The 0-2 is down and in, so it's 1-2 now on E.J. Barnes, who swings it from the right side, playing shortstop today, wearing number 5 for the Pioneers. There's a 1-2 count at the plate. Carruthers deals, fouled back by Barnes. So we'll do it again at 1-2. One, two to Barnes is tapped over towards short. His counterpart Hodges fields it on 3 hops and a strong throw over to Best at first base. And out number 2 is E.J. Barnes here in the bottom of the 3rd. That means Coy Carpenter will be the batter now. It's the top of the order for the Pioneers as they look to get something going here in the bottom of the 3rd. We have no score between the Gameday Angels and your Western Nebraska Pioneers. Carpenter led off the bottom half of the inning with the bunt single. Good bunt at that towards the third base side of the mound. Fouls his first pitch off out of play. Third base side. Third baseman Peter Goldie is in at the grass in case Carpenter decides to bunt again. Swinging through that pitch and falling behind now is Carpenter 0-2. The 0-2 just a bit low. Not sure where that one was, but it's 1-2 now on Coy Carpenter. He stays alive at the plate. A good take from the left-handed swinging center fielder. 1-2 is cut on and missed, and down on strikes is Carpenter. So responding to Hella's 1-2-3 is Chance Carruthers with a 1-2-3 inning of his own. And at the end of 3, we have no score between the Angels and the Pioneers. Back here, we go to the top of the fourth inning with no score here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium and listening to Pioneers Baseball on KNEB Radio. And some people are watching on the Western Nebraska Pioneers YouTube page. Ronan Hella on the mound for his fourth inning of work. A spot start for Hella, who has been stellar on the mound so far today and in his other 2 appearances on the season. He'll deal to 2, 3, and 4, and that starts with Van Hodges, who swings at a breaking ball for strike 1 from Ronan Hella on the mound. Not typically a pitcher, but they gave him a chance when they needed arms, and he did a magnificent job as this pitch is lined in the air. Carpenter started in, now goes back, and leaps up, and he makes the play. A great play by Corey Carpenter as he had to recover from starting in on the play. Van Hodges hit that ball a little bit harder than Carpenter thought he did. He went up to make the play. And he came down landing face first on the ground as he went back to make that play. Peter Goldie, the batter now. A magnificent play in center field by Corey Carpenter. He only stands 5'6", so he went up in the air to make the play. A 1 count on Goldie, who lines one on one hop to Cooper Burgess, who gets his first chance at second base, and he has a strong arm. He makes the throw over to first, and out number 2 quickly now is Goldie. So the batter now will be Brady Ingalls, the catcher, who takes ball 1 from Ronan Hella. He steps into the box for the second time now. Last time, he flew out to Carpenter in center. Swings through that one, 1-1 now on Ingalls. Hella kicks and deals his 1-1. Hit in the air towards right. Laya froze in his spot there, now moves back. Glove shoulder high. Makes the play, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Ronan Hella on the mound. The end of 3.5. We still have no score. Pioneers looking to help out Hella at the dish when we come back. Back here as we get set to start the bottom of the 4th inning, it's Francisco Laya who will lead it off for the Pioneers, followed by Jackson Yeager and Luke Nowak. We're ready now. A lot of commotion between innings as they were giving away a signed bat down on the concourse. First pitch to Laya is lined into left field for a base hit. First pitch swinging, second hit of the day for Francisco Laya. Another hit to left for the Venezuela native, and he is on now in front of Jackson Yeager. Jackson Yeager will step to the plate now with Laya getting his lead off of first. First pitch to Yeager is on the outside corner and at the knees for strike one. Coach Zach Smith back in his box at third base, and Coach Chris Gabus is back in his box at first base as they were not with the team on the road. Shane Sharkey and Coach Dale Connor in the dugout. Those are the four coaches for the Pioneers. The 0-1 pitch to Yeager's inside. 1-1. Laya goes. He got a great jump on that one. And ball came out of the glove of the catcher behind the plate, Ingalls, and in with the head first dive is Alaya and his second stolen base of the day. He's in scoring position now, leading with nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. He's gotten two great jumps off of Carruthers on the mound. Yeager swings through a pitch on the outside part of the plate. Throw behind Laya at second. Nothing doing as Laya's back in time. And that pitch was foul tipped by Yeager at the plate. So 2-2 hole is Jackson Yeager at the plate. Laya with his lead off a second. Carruthers checks on him and deals the 2-2 line foul. The hook's foul down the third base line. So the count will remain at 2-2. There's an arm getting warm in the Pioneers' pen. At the plate, Yeager fouls another one off third base side again towards his teammates who sit in the bench. Just past the Pioneers' dugout. Two again to Yeager, spiked in the dirt. A good block behind the plate by Ingalls. It's 3-2 now. And a payoff pitch from Carruthers to Yeager at the plate. Laya goes for third. It's inside, ball four, and Laya is in at third with the stolen base as he goes in standing up. Probably should have slid, but you'll take it now as he's on third. If nobody out, and Yeager takes his base at first base. Luke Nowak will be the batter now as the Pioneers look to score their first run of the ball game and give Ronan Hella a lead. Not sure if his day is done, but he stands at 56 pitches right now. Not a typical starter. Nowak grounds one to second. Grass slows it down. They go to second for one. On to first is not in time. Laya touches home with the first run of the ball game, and Luke Nowak gets himself an RBI. Pioneers take a 1-0 lead. And Nowak is on at first. He beats out the back end of the double play. It was a slow roller, and not used to this grass are the Gameday Angels. Colton Miller didn't charge the ball. And that was the reason they were only able to get one. Not sure if they even would have gotten Nowak should he have charged the ball. Mooser swings at the first pitch, bloops over the head of the second baseman Miller. Going full extension is the right fielder Goldie's not able to make the play, and in at second is Nowak, and on at first with the single is Ethan Mooser. A great effort out there by Cliff Goldie, but he was not able to get there in time. And so moving up to second on the play was Nowak, who was halfway between first and second. And Mooser stands in at first with his first hit of the day. Fourth hit of the ball game for the Pioneers now as they have runners on first and second with one out. First pitch to Maroney is inside, 1-0. One-0 pitch from Carruthers. Checks on Nowak. Couple of looks at the runner on second and deals home. Pitch at the knees on the outside corner. 1-1 now. Carruthers deals a 1-1 to Maroney, who reaches out and grounds one towards third. Charging it is the third baseman, Goldie. Only has one play, and that's at first base. And now at first is Maroney, but both runners advance to second and third. Now there's two runners in scoring position here, with 2 outs now for Cooper Burgess. First pitch to the left-handed swinging Burgess is smoked. Foul, just foul, as that ball went over the bag, but first time it touched was in foul territory. So the count is 0-1 now. Both Mooser and Nowak easily would have scored on the play, but they'll have to return to third and second. So Nowak on third and Mooser on second. Burgess already in the box, ready now. There's no 1 count on the plate, looking to tag on a couple more runs. He swings at this one and fouls it off third base side out of play. So it's 0-2 on Burgess. Mooser off second, Nowak off of third, and Carruthers deals his 0-2. Cut on and miss. Down on strikes is Burgess for the second time today. That will end the bottom half of the 4th inning, but the Pioneers get a run for their pitcher, Ronan Hella. And at the end of 4, the Pioneers lead this one 1-0. All right, new arm on the mound for the Pioneers. It's Brody Fanistock, who will make his first appearance of the season. So Ronan Hello went 4 innings in his first start of the year, and most likely will be his only start, but he did a heck of a job in his 4 innings of work. Only gave up 1 hit in those 4 innings. Didn't give up a run, of course, as the Pioneers lead it 1-0 here as we play in the top of the 5th. 1 walk and 4 strikeouts for Hella in 56 pitches. Fanistock will deal to Harbison, Biggins, and Owen Best. First pitch from Fanistock is low, ball 1. Fanistock 6'2" from Troy, Michigan. It's only about 25 minutes north of Detroit, and he goes to Oakland University. Second pitch is skied in the air to shallow right field. Coming on is Laya. Going out is Burgess. Collision out there in right field. Laya goes down to the ground here. She ran into the backside of Burgess on the play. Have to assume Laya didn't hear anything from Burgess. Although it was very shallow in right field, and Cooper Burgess was just about camped underneath that ball. Laya's to his feet now. Coach Shane Sharkey went out there to check on his right fielder. Again, it most likely was Cooper Burgess's ball on that play, as he was only about 10 feet out behind the dirt in shallow right field, and Laya had come a long ways. There wasn't a head-on collision, thankfully enough. And Cooper Burgess held on to the ball as Lyle returns to his spot in right field. Burgess back to second base, and Coach Shane Sharkey jogs his way back into the dugout. So, different situation for Fanistock, but he also gets the first out of the inning, similar to how Ronan Hella did on the mound. So, the first pitch with one out now to Grant Biggins is a strike at the knees on the outside corner for strike one. Of course, Oakland University, the home of the school that had a great run in the tournament, beating Michigan. And that's not Oakland in California, Oakland in Michigan. Pitch is low, 1-1 now. Pitch is outside, 2-1 now. Fanistock threw for the first time yesterday. Hasn't been here for long. Didn't make the trip to Fort Collins. If I'm not mistaken, he got in yesterday. He was at the first practice as he gets a foul ball off the bat of Biggins. Third base side and out of play. So he evens up the count at 2-2 now. Right-handed throwing 6'2" freshman. Ready with a 2-2 pitch to Biggins at the plate. He goes a little bit sidearm, and it's 3 hops to Peterson at third, who fields. And a throw to first that was in plenty of time, and they say Jackson Yeager came off the bag, which from here, that did not seem anything of the sorts. Coach Sharkey will go out and talk to Cody Hoffrock, the base umpire. And it clearly looked like Jackson Yeager had his foot on the bag, and they're going to ask him to talk to his home plate umpire in Kurt Schmidt, because Yeager seemed like I could see that Yeager had his foot on the bag from here. And so the two umpires in charge of this ball game will talk about it. Hopefully for the Pioneers, Kurt Schmidt had a better angle to see that Yeager was on the bag, and they're still going to call him safe. And they give him a hit on the play. On at first with one out is Biggins now. Fanistock into the set now. Biggins with his lead off first. Owen Best is the batter. Pitch is low. Ball one. Biggins with his lead off of first. Left-handed swinging Best at the plate. Takes strike one from Fanistock on the mound. It's 1-1 count. We're playing in the top of the fifth. Pios lead it 1-0. First of a 3-game set against these Game Day Angels. That pitch finds the knees on the outside corner. Fanistock to the first baseman, Owen Best. Strike two. 1-2, cut on it, missed a late swing at the plate from Best. He's down on strikes for the second time today. 7th spot in the order. Not doing anything to either teams. 0 for 4 with 4 Ks between the two of them. The designated hitter, Crew Walker, will be the batter now. Biggins with the lead off of first. And pitch seemed like it was at the knees, maybe a bit low. First pitch to Walker's 1-0 now. Finstock deals. Low again, 2-0 now. Walker struck out against Hella his first time up. This pitch is skied in the air towards right, towards foul territory, going over his Laya, approaching the fencing, and it lands in the bullpen of the Angels. So a long way for Yeager and Laya to go. And nothing to show for it as it falls past the wall in the Gameday Angels bullpen. Two-one count. And breaking ball finds the outside corner. 2-2 now. 2-2 count on Walker at the plate. Biggins with his lead off of first. Finstock in his first inning of work in relief of Ronan Hella. He deals a 2-2, and this one's fouled into the netting behind the plate. All right, back at you, back at home if you're watching on the Western Nebraska Pioneers YouTube page. Do it again at 2-2 with 2 outs here. Biggins with the bigger lead, and he goes, and this one's blooped over towards Cooper Burgess, who has an easy play this time. He records 2 outs in the inning, and a shutdown inning for Finstock on the mound in relief of Ronan Hella, and at the end of 4.5, the Pios lead it 1-0. Back here, we get set to start the bottom of the 5th inning. It will start with Bryce Peterson, who flew out to right his first time up. Chance Carruthers going into his 5th inning of work. Deals to Peterson, strike 1 on a breaking ball that finds its way over the heart of the plate. Peterson flew out to right his first time. Pios got a run last inning. We'll see if they can tack on more. Brody Finstock. A good inning in the top half of the 5th. Expect him to go back out there for another inning, most likely. As Peterson took on the outside corner 0-2. Carruthers deals is 0-2 now. This one is on the outside corner. Again, a delayed call by Kurt Schmidt behind the plate. Down on strikes is Bryce Peterson. Back-to-back strikeouts for Carruthers on the mound going back to last inning. E.J. Barnes will bat now. He grounded out to his counterpart, Van Hodges, over there at short his first time. Back in the second. It's 1-0 as that pitch is low. Barnes swings it from the right side. Carruthers kicks and deals. Outside corner, 1-1 now to E.J. Barnes. San Diego native, San Jose State Spartan, along with Jake Maroney and Jaden Onaka. Carruthers deals outside, 2-1. Two-one count on Barnes at the plate. Swings through that one, a big swing and a miss from E.J. Barnes, and he has 2 strikes on him now. He taps this one foul, third base side, fielded by Coach Zach Smith over there. Pioneers lead this one 1-0. We play in the bottom of the 5th. E.J. Barnes has a 2-2 count at the plate. Again, fouling this one, this time off of himself in the box. Count will hold it 2-2. Antonio Nunez has a bit of a heel injury after running one out in Fort Collins. He and Barnes have been the 2 guys that have been playing shortstop. Of course, Ronan Hella and Brooks Farrell, the other 2 shortstops on the team, have been on the mound a couple times so far this year. As Barnes fouls another one off towards the Pioneers dugout, third base side. So the count again will hold at 2-2. Two flared in foul territory, and this one lands over in the playground, just past first base and out of play. Owen Best gave it a look. It's a 2-2 count. One out here in the bottom of the 5th. Pioneers lead the Gameday Angels 1-0. And the 2-2 to Barnes is outside. He knew it immediately. Ingles behind the plate wanted the call. Three-two. Called strike 3, and it's 3 consecutive strikeouts for Carruthers on the mound. 2 in a row to start the bottom of the 5th inning as that pitch was low. Barnes at least thought so, but Kurt Schmidt made the call. And the leadoff man for the Pioneers today, Coy Carpenter, will step to the plate. Carruthers set to face Carpenter for the 3rd time, who had a bunt single and struck out his last time up back in the 3rd. Takes low for ball 1. Carruthers kicks and deals is 1-0. Chopped over towards first. Foul as it goes to the right side of first base. And Carpenter stays alive at the plate, and it's 1-1 now. Oh, so close to being the 3rd out of the inning. The 1-1. Fouled off of the right foot of Carpenter, which is his front foot there at the plate. So it's 1-2 now. 1-2. Inside, 2-2. Everybody in the infield move towards the first base dugout. They seem to think it was strike 3, but that pitch might have been up as well. So we'll do it at 2-2 now to Coy Carpenter. And the 2-2 is fouled back into the screen. Count will remain at 2-2. And the 2-2 is outside and low, so it's 3-2 now on Coy Carpenter. He bats with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. The payoff pitch from Carruthers. It's up high, ball 4, and working a walk is Coy Carpenter, a 2-out walk, and he's on in front of Francisco Lyos, 2 for 2 so far today. Well, I thought it was 3-2, and he took high. Should be a walk for Carpenter, but he's still at the plate, and now he takes outside. Corner, called strike 3 by home plate umpire Kurt Schmin. You know, I thought he just had signaled that it was 3-2. So unless Carpenter fouled that pitch off at the plate on the pitch before, nonetheless, Carruthers strikes out the side in the bottom of the 5th inning. A great way for him to end his outing. Pioneers lead it at the end of 5, 1-0. First pitch at the top of the 6th from Brody Fennestock is outside to the 9-hole hitter Cliff Goldie. It'll be Colton Miller and Van Hodges to follow. Pioneers lead 1-0 as we play here in the top of the 6th inning. Fennestock on for his first outing of the year. She deals outside 2-0 now to Cliff Goldie, who flew out to left his first time. And that was in his lone at-bat so far today. Outside 3-0 now. Fennestock looks to find the zone here to start the top of the 6th. Don't want to give up a leadoff walk. Only leading 1-0 are the Pioneers. Kicks and deals his 3-0, and it is a leadoff walk for Cliff Goldie, who's on now to start the top of the 6th. Top of the order for the Angels, and that means Colton Miller will look to better his day. He struck out 2 times against Ronan Hella. Faces Brody Fennestock for the first time. Showing bunt is Miller. That pitch is outside from Fennestock. All 5 pitches so far have been outside. To the left-handed swinging Goldie, and now the left-handed swinging Miller. And Coach Shane Sharkey notices that as well. He'll take a trip to the mound. try to calm down his relief pitcher. As this is an important batter. Definitely do not want to let the first two guys of the inning get on in front of the 2, 3, and 4 guys in a team's order. 5 balls outside of the zone, 5 pitches outside of the zone to start the 6th inning for Fanistock. He's in his 2nd inning of work, first appearance of the year. Ronan Hella went the first 4 innings on 56 pitches. He had 4 strikeouts, walked 1, allowed 1 hit, nothing else across the board, no runs. We got 1 run of support in the bottom of the 4th. After he was already out of the ball game, he cannot qualify for a win either. He needs to go 5 innings to do that. You have to pitch more than half the game. This one is another pitch outside of the zone from Fanistock. Looking to find the zone and get back in the at-bat. Deals to Colton Miller. This one finds the outside corner, and there you go. Good spot by Brody Fanistock, although everything has been on the outside part of the plate to these first 2 guys. He has a 2-1 count on the leadoff hitter for the Angels, Colton Miller. Goldie has his leadoff of first. A good frame from behind the plate by Maroney. He doesn't get the call, so it's 3-1 now on Colton Miller, and in danger of walking his 2nd batter in a row is Brody Fanistock on the mound. There's a light pole in the way, but I do see a baseball going back and forth in the Pioneers bullpen. Miller fouls this one off over the press box and out of play. So the count is 3-2 now. Fanistock looking to record the first out here in the top of the 6th. Pioneers lead it 1-0. Runner starts and stops. Grounder over towards Burgess. He will have 1 play at first base. And he makes the play. And out at first base is Colton Miller. Moving to 2nd on this slow infield grass is Cliff Goldie. Similar situation to the ball that Nowak hit just a couple innings ago. There really was no play at second base, so the only option was to make the throw to first. Maroney goes out and talks to his pitcher, Fanistock. Returns to his position behind the plate. Fanistock ready now with his first pitch to Van Hodges. And he deals. A breaking ball. It goes outside. 1-0. So 1-0 count on the shortstop, who's flown out to left and lined out to center on a ball that Coy Carpenter had to go up and get. And the 1-1 is another breaking ball, and he's swinging through that one as Hodges at the plate, so it's 1-1. We have 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Pioneers lead it 1-0. Runner on second base for the Angels is Cliff Goldie. That breaking ball is low, maybe a bit inside, so it's 2-1 now for Fanistock. Had a pretty easy inning in his first inning of work, last inning in the 5th. He struggled so far in the 6th to find the zone consistently here. He has a 2-1 count on Van Hodges. And he deals outside, 3-1. One count on Hodges at the plate. Fanistock kicks and deals. It's low, and it's the second walk of the inning. Van Hodges will take his base at first. Fanistock up to 32 pitches now. He'll have to deal to the 3-hole hitter and Peter Goldie, who's bounced out twice, once to third and once to Cooper Burgess at second. His brother stands on second base. Van Hodges off of first as Goldie bats now. And Fanistock looks at Goldie and deals home. Fastball inside, 1-0 now. Count on the Angels' third baseman. Breaking ball finds the zone, and that's what he's been using to find the zone so far as Fanistock. He got a couple of strikes against Hodges before he lost him to a walk. See if he can do that again. Hard to turn two on this infield grass. Fanistock deals another breaking ball, hit in the air to left. Nowak has a play on it. He makes the catch. No tag for any of the two runners. And out number 2 is recorded here in the top of the 6th inning for Brody Fanistock. And now we'll have to deal to the catcher, Brady Ingles. Ingles so far 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts, once to center, once to right. Fanistock deals a breaking ball that finds the outside corner. Strike 1, a good frame from behind the plate by Maroney. So getting ahead now is Fanistock, and Brody checks the runner at second. Comes home with his 0-1. Another breaking ball, this time is down and away, 1-1. One count on Ingles at the plate. Runners on first and second here in the top of the 6th. That pitch just missed the knees, maybe a bit lower outside. According to Schmidt, the home plate umpire. Falling behind is Fanistock now at 2-1. Goldie with his lead off of second. Hodges with his lead off of first. The defense is straight away. Fouling that one back and into the screen. Behind the plate is Ingles. So it's 2-2 now, and one pitch away is Brody Fanistock from getting out of this top of the 6th inning. He struggled so far, but he can get out of this inning without giving up a run if he can get Ingles. He deals strike 3. Got him with a 2-seamer that broke back over the plate. And he does indeed get through the top half of the 6th inning unscathed. At the end of 5 1/2, your Pioneers lead it 1-0.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Why bank at a local community bank? When you choose a local community bank, you keep money in our local economy. That money helps support local jobs, schools, and businesses. Money that helps fund a stronger and prosperous community for us all to enjoy and live in. At Platte Valley Bank, we are here to help build and support the community we love being a part of. We believe that together, we can make great things happen. Platte Valley Bank.
And they'll have to deal with 2, 3, and 4 in the order. And Laya, Yeager, and Nowak. Brothers went 5 and gave up 4 hits, just 1 run. It was an earned run. Francisco Laya steps in to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Only 1 walk on the mound for Carruthers, which is so key. Strike 1 to Laya at the plate. Grounds this one over towards third. A high hop for the third baseman, Peter Goldie. Fields and throws the first in time, and out number 1 is Laya. Strikeout in every inning for Carruthers on the mound, and he finished the day with 8 Ks. As Jackson Yeager will step in for the 3rd time today. He walked his last time up, struck out in the 1st. So he deals against the side as he comes to the plate against the sidewinder Beindorf, which really favors left-handers when they try to go inside because it comes back towards the barrel of the bat. Laya and Yeager, 2 right-handed swinging guys, and Nowak and Mooser, the next 2 guys due up for the Pioneers. Swinging from the left side. This one's grounded up the middle into center field. Jackson Yeager's on with the base hit. Past the diving Van Hodges, who made a good effort at that one to try to keep it in the infield. Not sure if he would have had a play on Yeager at first base nonetheless. And Yeager's on with his first hit of the day. The 5th of the ball game for the Pioneers. And that will bring Luke Nowak to the plate. Nowak against Beindorf. Takes outside 1-0. Yeager with the short lead off of first. Best holds him on. And the sidewinder deals to Nowak low and down. Also a bit outside. 2-0 now to the left fielder. Grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. He's hit both of his balls to second base so far today as that pitch finds the inside corner. It's 2-1 now. 2-1 is outside, 3-1. 1 out, we play in the bottom of the 6th. The Pios lead this 1-1 to nothing. First of a 3-game set against the Gameday Angels. Tomorrow's game will be at 6:35. Yeager goes, that pitch is outside, ball 4. He'll reach second safely on the walk to Nowak. Sunday's game will be an early start, 105. First 105 game of the season. Those will only be on Sunday should we have one. Every other home game will start at 6:35. Ethan Mooser's the batter now. He takes first pitch low and down. Low and in from Beindorf. Carruthers only gave up 1 run, but he's in line for the loss as of now. Mooser fouls this one off. Third base side. He was out in front of the changeup from Beindorf. Yeager off of second, Nowak off of first. Pitch to Mooser is down low and a bit outside, 2-1. Good count for Ethan Mooser. Struck out, something rare for him to do. His first time up, singled to right field his last time up. Love for that to happen again. Fouls this one off, third base side out of play. So the count is 2-2 on Ethan Mooser. Beindorf deals. In the air towards left and shallow. Going over towards the line is the left fielder, Biggins. He's not able to make the play. Yeager was going back towards second. The throw into third is in time. A heads-up play by Biggins out there and left. After he wasn't able to make the play, Yeager had to make sure he wasn't going to get doubled up on the play, so he smartly was halfway between second and third. And after seeing Biggins go into a slide, he took a couple steps towards second base. And then realized he quickly had to head over towards third base, and Biggins made another good throw into third. Nowak moves into second safely. So runners on first and second. And a slow walk out towards the mound. One of the slower walks you will ever see. By Coach Matt Kuntz. As he goes to talk to his pitcher, Beindorf. Nowak and Moose are talking halfway between first and second. Returning to the dugout is the Game Day Angels manager, Matt Kuntz. And now we're ready for Jake Maroney. Now as he'll bat with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Moser off of first, Nowak off of second. Pioneers lead it 1-0. Maroney so far has bounced out to short and third. Takes a breaking ball outside corner. He talks to home plate umpire Kurt Schmidt about that call. Wondering if he'll get that in the top half of the innings. Starting to go as he saw Nowak going, and Mooser had to return quickly to first base, and heads up by Luke Nowak, who on the back pick of Ethan Mooser at first base. Nowak quickly stole third. Definitely not a planned play, but Nowak started and stopped going for third, and Ethan Mooser was about 30 feet, a third of the way towards second. And on a back pick, he had to return to first, and Nowak took third. This one's bounced on 2 hops to the third baseman, Goldie. Throws over to first. Another bounce out for Maroney will end the bottom of the 6th inning. Pios still lead it, though, 1-0. He gets set to start top of the 7th inning. Brooks Farrell is on the mound in relief of Brody Fanistock. So he'll make his 3rd appearance. He'll make an appearance here. Pitched a couple days ago, struggled. 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs. Both of those runs were earned. 2 walks and 2 strikeouts on 31 pitches for Brooks Farrell in Fort Collins. That was in the first game. Fanistock went 2 innings. Gave up 1 hit, didn't give up a run. Walked 2 guys. Also struck out 2 batters as well. And he did all that on 40 pitches. And Brooks Farrell will look to continue the stellar pitching so far. From the rest of the Pioneer staff. the Floresville, Texas native, takes the mound here. And he'll deal to James Harbison, the center fielder, who's 0 for 1 on the day. He has a walk. He's picked off a first after his walk by Hella, as the first pitch from Farrell was ball 1. Swinging through that one, a big cut and a miss from Harbison. He popped out to second on a scary play in which Laya and Cooper Burgess collided. 1-1 count at the plate here in his third at-bat. We play in the top of the 7th. Pios lead it 1-0. He fouls this one back behind the plate. So Brooks Farrell gets ahead now 1-2 on the center fielder for the Gameday Angels. One-two on the outside corner. Got him looking. Down on strikes, and a great start for Brooks Farrell on the mound. So he needs just 4 pitches to retire Harbison. Got his breaking ball going his first time out. Struggled with it last time, though. We'll see if he can find the breaking ball here in his third appearance of the season. So he'll deal to left-handed swinging Grant Biggins, who has 2 hits, and the only 2 hits on the day for the Gameday Angels. Takes low from Farrell, 1-0. The 1-0 is in the dirt, 2-0 now. No runs on 2 hits and no errors for the Angels. 1 run on 5 hits for the Pioneers. They haven't made an error in the field. For Hopper to Cooper Burgess at second. Waits a little bit, throws over to first, and Biggins is retired for the first time today, and he is recorded as out number 2 here in the top of the 7th. Farrell will look to finish off the inning with Owen Best coming to the plate. He struck out 2 times today. Once against Hella, and once against Fanistock as he takes outside 1-0. Looking to change his fortunes at the plate is Best as he takes outside from Farrell. 2-0 now. Ronan Hella went 4. Brody Fanistock took over and went the next 2 as this one's hit in the air towards center and deep. Going over and to his left is Carpenter. He's there. He makes the play on the move. So 1-2-3 inning for Brooks Farrell. Played 6.5. It's time to stretch here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium. Your Pioneers lead it 1-0. First pitch at the bottom of the 7th was cut on and missed by Cooper Burgess. Struck out in his first 2 times to the plate so far today. He bats against Hunter Beindorf, who's in his 2nd inning of work. Checked his swing. He went around a pitch that was outside. So So behind in the count is Burgess at 0-2. There's one in the air behind third, and crossing into foul territory is Peter Goldie. He makes the play. And out number one here in the bottom of the seventh is Cooper Burgess. Bryce Peterson bats now for the third time. He's flown out to right and struck out looking his last time. He chops this one right towards the Pioneers' dugout, third base side. A 1 count on Peterson. Beindorf, the sidewinder, deals low. That pitch finds the zone on a breaking ball from Beindorf. 1-2 to Peterson is hit in the air. In foul territory, this one will find the stands and the party deck on the first base side. Just about even with the Angels dugout and first base. The 1-2 to Peterson is down and away, 2-2. It's a 2-2 count on Peterson. Beindorf deals. This one's hit in the air, down over towards right, going back into his left, and going into a dive is Cliff Goldie. He makes the play. Not a normal route to the ball. That one was tailing away from him, and he ended up having to go down to the ground. Solid play by the right fielder for the Angels, recording out number 2 here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. E.J. Barnes will bat now, 0 for 2 so far today. He struck out looking as well as last time up, as Bryce Peterson, E.J. Barnes, and Coy Carpenter were retired with strikeouts looking to end the outing for Chance Carruthers. Taking ball one is Barnes at the plate now. Grounded out towards short back in the third. He grounds one again towards Hodges as he tests the shortstop of the Angels. A throw on the run is in time, and that will end the 7th inning. We're through 7 innings of play, and the Pioneers still lead it, though, 1-0. Brooks Farrell on the mound as we get set to start the top of the 8th inning. It's a throwdown from Maroney. Ends the warm-up pitches for Farrell. 8:24 local time as we start inning number 8. Farrell going into his 2nd inning of work. We're only an hour and 50 into this one so far. So moving along quickly. It's only 1-0 here as the Pioneers lead. Third pitcher on the day for the Pioneers is Brooks Farrell. Again, he goes into his second inning of work and deals strike one to Crew Walker, who bats in the 8 spot for the Gameday Angels. 0 for 2 so far on the day is Walker. He struck out his first time swinging and lined out to Cooper Burgess. He takes low. Cliff Goldie and Colton Miller will follow the designated hitter for the Gameday Angels. 1-1 count on the left-handed swinging Walker. Farrell gets his sign from Maroney. Kicks and deals. And this one's lined again towards Burgess, who scoops it on one hop, throws the first in time. And out number 1. It's made by Cooper Burgess. He made a good scoop on the play. Brooks Farrell gets out number 1 here in the 8th inning on just 3 pitches. Little deal now to Cliff Goldie. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Goldie doesn't like that call at all as he turns his back to Kurt Schmidt, the home plate umpire. Who, according to the players in the box, he's had some questionable calls today. Lining this one in the air to center. Coming on is Carpenter. He's not going to get there. It's a 1-out single for Cliff Goldie. He's on as the tying run in front of the top of the order for the Angels. That means Colton Miller will step to the plate for the 4th time. Pios lead it 1-0 here in the top of the 8th. Goldie with the lead off of first. We'll see if he goes. He stays put at first base for now. Strike 1 to Colton Miller, who's 0 for 3 so far today. 2 strikeouts against Ronan Hella, and he bounced out to Cooper Burgess at second base against Brody Fanistock. First time seeing Farrell. See if Goldie goes. He starts and stops. Scoop by Maroney. Would have had a chance to backpick Cliff Goldie at first base, but he dropped the ball on the scoop. So it's 1-1 now on the second baseman. See if Goldie goes at all. Check on the runner, and they got him over there at first base. Leaning towards second was Goldie. Brooks Farrell with a good move. And that is the second base runner picked off on the mound for the Pioneers so far today. As Brooks Farrell with a quick move over there towards first base. And they get Goldie on the head first dive. And now there are 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning and a 1-1 count on Colton Miller. Farrell deals in the dirt, 2-1. Great play by Brooks Farrell with a quick move over there towards first base. You could see Goldie wanted to go, especially after the last pitch, the previous pitch, where he started and stopped. Outside here on the 2-1 pitch is Farrell, so it's 3-1 now. It's even more so important after picking off that runner, because now the count is 3-1 on the leadoff hitter Colton Miller. 3-1 finds the corner at the knees on the outside part of the plate from Farrell. It's 3-2 now. The count turns full with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Maroney will have to throw down to first to complete the strikeout. He indeed does. And it's a 1-2-3 inning essentially for Brooks Farrell after he picked off Cliff Goldie at first base. And at the end of 7.5 innings of play, the Pioneers lead this one 1-0. Coy Carpenter takes the first pitch outside, leading off the bottom of the 8th inning, as it'll be the top of the order for the Pioneers. Carpenter, Elia, and Yeager. Pios lead it 1-0 as they bat now in the bottom of the 8th inning. Brooks Farrell has completed his second inning of work in the top half of the inning. Carpenter just fouled one off third base side out of play, so he has a 1-1 count. He takes a bit high. Standing 5'6", a smaller zone than most. So he's a 2-1 count at the plate. Does a great job of putting the ball in play, even though he has 2 strikeouts today. Grounds this one foul towards Chris Gabus in the first base coaching box. And so it's a 2-2 count on Carpenter now. Change up, hit in the air, over the head of second baseman Colton Miller. Into right center field, and Coy Carpenter is on, leading off the bottom of the 8th inning as the Pios look to get some insurance runs here. They just lead 1-0. Francisco Elia, who does have the lone run of the ball game and has 3 stolen bases so far today. 3 of the 4 by the team. Luke Nowak has the other one. Comes to the plate now for his 4th at-bat. 2 for 3 on the day. Grounded out against Beindorf to third his last time up, and he has 2 singles off of Carruthers. Calling time and stepping out of the box as he wasn't ready. Here's Elia. Carpenter with his lead off of first. See if he goes at all at any point in this AB. And taking down and in is Elia, 1-0. Steps out to check on the signs from Coach Zach Smith in the third base coaching box. Carpenter extends his lead a little bit. Might be going here on this pitch. A long pause from Beindorf on the mound. This ball's drilled in the air to deep left field. Esta pelota se fue. This ball is gone. Francisco Elia pounds his chest as he's halfway between first and second. A huge 2-run home run extends the Pioneers' lead to 3-0 as Carpenter touches home. Elia comes home on his first home run of the season. And Francisco Elia pounds his chest once again as he shows off his power as he got a pitch down and in and took it out to left field. And that is a massive 2 runs for the Pioneers as they take a 3-0 lead now. Jackson Yeager steps into the box. Takes down and away. Not only does that help Farrell, helps the defense and takes some pressure off of the Pioneers. This pitch misses the zone, so it's 2-0. 2 RBIs as Carpenter touched home and Elia brought himself home on the home run. 3-0 now. He called a strike at the plate to Kurt Schmidt. So it's a 2-1 count on Yeager. Swinging through that one, lost his footing a bit at the plate, did the first baseman for the Pios. That one was no doubt leaving the park for Francisco Elia. All Biggins, the left fielder, could do was watch that one go. 3-2 is the count on Yeager now. He bats after the home run from Francisco Elia. The Pios just extended their lead to 3-0 thanks to the 2-run home run from their right fielder. Van Hodges on the run, makes the play on a ground ball to short from Jackson Yeager. And he is the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Luke Nowak will step to the plate now for his 4th at-bat of the day. It was feeling like the Pioneers might have to make some small ball happen, get a stolen base from Carpenter or a ground ball to the right side or something of that sort. But Francisco Elia said scratch that, and he went yard to left field to the left of the scoreboard out there. Nowak takes outside after taking a pitch low, so it's 2-0 on the left fielder for the Pioneers. Again, we play in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pios lead it 3-0 through a 2-run home run from Francisco Elia, swinging through that one. Is Nowak, and he's There's a 2-1 count at the plate now. Nowak takes low. 3-1. Three-one pitch from Beindorf is outside, ball 4. On with the one-out walk is Luke Nowak in front of Ethan Mooser. Who was 1 for 3 so far on the day. He singled. Surrounded by a fielder's choice and a strikeout. Nowak with the lead off of first. Beindorf ready. His first pitch going is Nowak. The throw down is not in time. Second stolen base of the day for Luke Nowak. He's in at second base with 1 out now. The pitch was outside as well to Ethan Mooser. Nowak with his lead off a second. Mooser swings through that one on a pitch that ended up breaking down the heart of the plate. 1-1 now, a pitch that he definitely wants back. The Pios look to tack on, 2 already home. A check swing. This one goes foul, third base side. Arm getting loose in the Pioneers' pen, so we'll see what they do with Brooks Farrell. Only stands at 20 pitches right now, but if you want to use him again in this 3-game set, then you most likely would want to let another guy pitch here. And of course, it's only a 3-0 ball game, so still a save situation, but a lot better of a situation than 1-0. As Mooser fouls this one back. And the count holds at 1-2 now on the designated hitter for the Pioneers. Can expect him to be in the outfield tomorrow. Assume that one of the outfielders will be the designated hitter. Pops this up in the infield. Peter Goldie is there at third base. He makes the play, and Mooser is out number 2. And that will bring up Jake Maroney. Maroney over 3. He's bounced out 3 times today. All of them going to the left side of the infield. Once to short and twice to third. His good friend Luke Nowak stands off as second. He scampers back after the first pitch outside from Beindorf. So righty warming in the pen as Maroney fouls this one off towards Chris Gabis in the first base coach's box. And Maroney now has a 1-1 count at the plate. Fouls this one off as he pulls off of that pitch and fouls it off first base side towards the armory. So it's 1-2 count on Maroney. Beindorf deals a breaking ball that's popped up behind the plate. Goes over the press box and out of play. Do it again at 1-2 to the catcher, Jake Maroney. Nowak with his lead off a second. Another breaking ball. Another situation in which the entire Gameday Angels infield headed for the first base dugout, but Kurt Schmidt did not call it strike 3, so it's 2-2 on Jake Maroney now. Sometimes they call that showing up the umpire. It's not a good situation to be in, especially as the catcher behind the plate. Trying to get his pitcher out of this inning now as that one's down and in. 3-2 now on Maroney. Base hit will score a run. 3-0 Pioneers. in the bottom of the eighth. And swinging through that one is Maroney. He is down on strikes. And that will end the bottom half of the eighth inning. But the Pioneers get 2 runs on Francisco Elias' 2-run home run. At the end of 8, the Pioneers lead this one 3-0. Brooks Farrell coming back out on the mound to close this one out. Well, before we went to break, I said Brooks Farrell was coming back out onto the mound for his 3rd inning of work. And that's because he had crossed the foul line and was headed towards the mound. But Coach Jay O'Connor said, no, you've only thrown 20 pitches, so let's reel you back into the dugout. And Michael Simeon is on the mound now from Scott, Louisiana. And he'll look to get a save here in the top half of the 9th inning. Your Pioneers lead it 3-0. Simeon has done a good job on the mound so far. He is a typical pitcher, not one of these two-ways that we've seen a lot. In fact, we've seen essentially 3 two-ways so far today between Brody Fanistock, who takes BP, and Ronan Hella and Brooks Farrell. So Simeon, a true pitcher, what you usually call a PO. Standing for pitcher only, threw 22 pitches 2 days ago in an inning. He gave up 2 hits and had a strikeout, didn't give up a run. And that was against the Fort Collins Foxes. And his last time out before that was on the 31st of May. He went 4 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them were earned, 4 walks and 6 strikeouts. That was in a start. Much better coming out of the pen is Michael Simeon. As he'll deal to 2, 3, and 4 in the order as the Pioneers look to close this one out. They lead 3-0 here as we play in the top of the 9th. Looking to get back in the win column. Simeon's first pitch to Van Hodges is a bit low. 1-0. A 3-run lead and not as much of a pressure situation for Michael Simeon. He deals a 1-0 on the outside corner. 1-1 as he evens up the count on Van Hodges. Hodges so far today walked his last time up and flew out to left and center. Fouls this one off the screen above the Gameday Angels dugout as it rolls into the Angels dugout. And 2 strikes now on the Gameday Angels shortstop. The count is 1-2 on the right-handed swinging Hodges. Simeon deals a pitch in the dirt that goes to the backstop, so it's 2-2 now. Two-two. Smacked to the left side and through into left field. So it's a leadoff single for Van Hodges. He's on for the first time via a base knock today. He walked his last time up. Just the fourth hit of the ball game for the Gameday Angels. Peter Goldie, the batter now. He takes outside, 1-0 from Michael Simeon, who's looking to close out the win for the Pioneers. They lead 3-0 as we play in the top of the ninth. Big insurance run in the bottom half of the eighth on a 2-run home run from Francisco Laya. Pitch is low, not caught by Maroney behind the plate, so the count goes to 2-0 now. Two-0 count on Goldie, who was 0 for 3 as well. Hodges with his lead off of first. It's outside from Simeon. 3-0 now. Tying run on deck is Brady Ingles. Behind in the count, 3-0 is Simeon as he finds the zone there. Goldie took a step towards first, but it was a called strike by Kurt Schmidt behind the plate. Fouled off, third base side out of play, so it's 3-2 now as Simeon gets back in the at-bat. Simeon gets his sign from Maroney. Takes a peek at the runner Hodges at first. Kicks and deals. Bounced over towards Cooper Burgess. This one's hit hard enough, and he tried to go to second too quickly as it went off the glove of Burgess, and he has no play. It will be an E4 on Cooper Burgess. As now there's runners on first and second, and the tying run does indeed come to the plate. He went to go to flip it to E.J. Barnes at short. He went to flip it before the ball was in his glove. So now Coach Shane Sharkey will take a trip out to the mound to talk to Simeon. Sharkey returns, and the boys in the infield have a little conversation amongst themselves. A couple of fist bumps for Cooper Burgess. Brady Ingles will indeed bat now as the tying run. Catcher for the Angels today is flown out to center, flown out to right, and struck out his last time up, looking on a pitch from Brody Fanistock. Simeon deals his first pitch. Is a breaking ball. Finds the outside corner for strike one. The 0-1, another breaking ball, a bit high. Stepping out was Brady Ingles. Pitch definitely crossed the plate. Seemed a bit high to the liking of home plate umpire Kurt Schmidt. Swing and a miss from Ingles now as it's 1-2. Leading off his second is Hodges. Tying run is Ingles. He swings through that one. He's down on strikes for the second time. Michael Semien records the first out here in the top half of the ninth inning. Now we'll bring in James Harbison. First out recorded here in the top of the ninth. Pios lead it 3-0. Check on the runner Hodges at second base. And a quick move from Semien. Nothing doing. Tying run is at the plate, however. The runner's on first and second, and the tying run is James Harbison. A walk, a pop out, and a strikeout for Harbison so far today. And the first pitch from Semien. Checked his swing. Did he go? Most certainly seemed like he did go, but no, says Cody Hoffrock, base umpire. Big gap between first and second should Harbison decide to go that way. Up the middle, they're looking to turn two. Yeager plays behind the runner at first. The Pios lead it 3-0. We're in the top of the ninth inning. Big insurance runs recorded in the bottom half of the inning as another check on Hodges, who has a big lead over there at second, but he's been able to get back in time so far. 1-0 count. On Harbison, the center fielder for the Angels. Semien deals, fouled back into the screen. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Scott, Louisiana native on the mound. Michael Semien looking to close out the win for the Pioneers. Swing and a fly ball to left. Nowak stopped, and now he starts in. He makes the play. It's just a little bit earlier than the time in which it makes the baseball extremely hard to see for the outfielders, as he records the second out now. And just one out to go as the Angels are down to their final out tonight. Typically, it's 2 games at home, 2 games on the road in terms of the league games, but Pios will only travel to play the Gameday Angels once. So all 3 of these games will count as league games, and this one's into center field for a base hit. The runner's going for third, and it kicks off of the base runner, which is Peter Goldie, goes towards the Pios dugout, and scampering home is Goldie, so 2 runners come across the plate now. Carpenter threw into third. Moving into second was Grant Biggins, who had his third hit of the day. He gets credit with an RBI. And he stands at second now on the throw from Carpenter as 2 runners came across to score on the play. And now the tying run is at second base. Felt like the Pioneers had this game in their hands, and now 2 runs come across with 2 outs, and the tying runs at second base now with Owen Best at the plate. Pitch is outside from Semien, ball 1. He looks to finish off the 6th win of the season for the Pios. A whole lot more of a pressure situation. And how key is that home run from Francisco Alaya in the bottom of the 8th? 3-2. This pitch is outside, 2-0 from Semien. So count on the left-handed swinging Best. Pitch is low, 3-0. An arm is warming in the pen for the Pioneers. See how many pitches they let Semien go as he's behind 3-0 now with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. 2 runners across for the Angels has closed it to a 1-run ball game, and that tying run is at second base in Grant Biggins. This pitch was at the knees, called low, and so it's a walk, and so now the go-ahead run is on after a 4-pitch walk. Crew Walker will bat now. 7th man in the inning to come to the plate for the Angels. They look to tie up this ball game here in the top of the 9th. Swing and a miss. Strike one. As Walker swung past a fastball down the middle from Simeon. Do or die situation for the outfielders. If the ball gets hit to them, they're going to need to make a strong throw to the plate to try to cut down Biggins, who's the tying run on second. Go ahead run off of first is Owen Best. His two-seamer runs outside from Simeon. 1-1 now. We have 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Your Pios lead it 3-2. Just had 4 runs in the past half innings, after having 1 run through 7.5 innings of play. This pitch is fouled back into the screen, so it's 1-2 now, and just 1 strike away is Simeon on the mound. He's labored his way through this 9th inning so far. Crowd gets loud as it's 2 strikes on Crew Walker. Check on the runner at second, just to keep Biggins a little bit close. It's a bit of a dangerous play because if that ball goes into center field, Biggins has a chance to get up and go to third. Or just a wild pitch away from scoring. 1-2 count on Crew Walker. Swing, fouled back at the plate. A good pitch by Simeon there, but we'll have to do it again at 1-2. Simeon ready with his 1-2. Just missed the outside corner as the count goes to 2-2 now on Crew Walker. Being encouraged by his teammates in the first base dugout is Walker. The Pioneers cheering on Simeon on the mound. He was oh so close to strike 3. He'll deal pitch number 31 to Walker. And it's a breaking ball. Got him looking, and that's your ball game. Simeon works his way through the top of the 9th inning. 2 runs come across. But nonetheless, the Pioneers get win number 6 on the season. Their 2nd win in league play so far. They'll play 2 more tomorrow night and Sunday afternoon. Of course, Sunday will be a matinee before an off day on Monday. We'll come back and start the Runs a Postgame show when we come back on KNEB Radio, as your Pioneers are 3-2 winners here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium. We'll have a commercial break and we'll come right back.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easy.
The 4th inning. Overall, it was a heck of a job by the pitching staff after giving up 25 runs in 2 games over in Fort Collins. They pitched 8 innings of scoreless ball, and Simeon gave up 2 runs, although one of those runs was not his fault on a throwing error by center fielder Coy Carpenter. Brody Fanistock gets the win in his first appearance of the season, and Hunter Beindorf will get the loss. And even though he gave up a couple runs, Michael Simeon will end up with his first save on the season, as the Pios are 3-2 winners. We're going to have a quick Runs a Post-Game show. We'll preview the next couple games for your Pioneers as they're down on the field talking with some Little Leaguers, talking with some family or host family at that. And we're going to take a quick break on the Runs a Post-Game show, come back, wrap it all up, and then we'll send you on your way. Well, your Pioneers are 3-2 winners as they return home to start a 5-game stretch of games at home in 6 days. They'll have an off day on Monday. They get a good win, although the offense scored the same amount of runs in which they scored in 2 games at Fort Collins. It was the pitching staff that held up and were able to get the Pioneers the win. As I mentioned, Brody Fanestad got the win. Simeon got the save. In total, struck out 9 times at the plate and struck out 10 Angels on the mound. 3 runs on 7 hits for the Pioneers, while it was just 2 runs on 5 hits for the Gameday Angels. A couple of errors overall, just 1 error overall in the field. Make that 2 rather, as there were 2 errors in the 9th inning by the Pioneers. And Angels didn't make an error in the field defensively. Overall, Chance Carruthers gave his team the best chance that they could have at winning this ball game. When he went 5 innings and 4 hits and 1 run, it was an earned run. As it was Francisco Laya who came around to score on the RBI fielder's choice by Luke Nowak. He did strike out 8 Pioneers at the plate, including 3 in the 5th as he K'd the side to end his night. On the flip side, the Pioneers ended up striking out 10 Angels batters, as I mentioned. Big hits from Grant Biggins, who had 3 hits on the day. He went 3 for 4, including an RBI single, in which Peter Goldie came around to score after the error on the throw by Coy Carpenter as well. But nonetheless, the Pioneers get the win. They needed 4 pitchers to do it today. Either Caden Riley or Eric Elliott will get the start tomorrow. We'll have a 6:35 start, as I mentioned, before we have a 1:05 start. This has been the Runs a Post-Game show for your Pioneers. And the voice of the Pioneers, I'm Jeffrey Nelson. As always, we thank you for listening to Pioneers Baseball on KNEB Radio and on the Western Nebraska Pioneers YouTube page. And we get ready to send you now back to your usual programming.